What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 6. The episode is titled Cries and Misty Demeanors, you guys. So before we jump into this review, if you guys are watching this or any other video on the channel and are not subscribed, I need you guys to do me that solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? All right, you guys, so start the episode. So this episode, we're still in Punta Mia, Mexico. So I do want to apologize, you guys, for the videos being late. I've just been having a lot of stuff go on. If you guys looked at my community tab, I applied for an apartment this week, and I haven't technically been denied for it, but the issue is that my previous apartment that I lived at, they reported to the credit bureau that I owed them $300. But last year, June 30th, they got a check from this thing called Texas Rent Relief. That was when I was unemployed at the time. So they were paying for my back rent that I had gotten behind on. They got the check and they cashed the check, and they never returned the money. So now it's being said that I never paid them. Well, you got the money, you cashed the check, it was never returned. And so now I'm going through this whole issue where I'm trying to get this taken off of my credit report because I don't owe it. But that's one of the reasons. And then work on top of that. Work hasn't been like bad, but it hasn't been good either. But yeah, we're here. So this episode, we see all the ladies, they're, getting ready for the day. We see Kyle talking to Maurizio. We see Erica getting ready. Now, Erica was talking about, she didn't downsize. Like, girl, we knew damn well you weren't downsizing. I don't think anybody is shocked that Erica Girardi didn't downsize. But the question that I have is, how are you paying for this glam team? Because I'm just wondering how is Erica paying for glam? So we see all the ladies, they meet up for breakfast, and oh my God, Dorate is going to make everything about Dorate. Oh God, every situation, I don't care what kind of situation it is, Dorate is going to find some way to make this a Dorate situation. So Erica then talks about how she's taken, I think she said Lexapro, and they were like, so were you different without that? She's like, oh yeah, I was a complete bully. Girl, we knew that, but you're laughing about it? Like, is that something to be proud of, Erica? Because, girl, you are... Okay. Erica is proud to be a bully. Okay. Then she's talking about it, because at one point they were talking about the fact that Sutton, during the pandemic, well, the quarantine part of the pandemic, she and her friend Jeff were going to take the bar. Oh, Tom, he graded the bar. What? Did who? Tom Girardi graded the bar? Baby, tell me which lawyers in California passed the bar because of Tom Girardi, because I would love to avoid them like the bubonic plague, because that to me just spells ethics violations all across the board. So you guys, if I do miss anything, because I was watching this while I was at work and I don't have a lot of notes. So if I did miss anything, we can discuss it in the comments section below. So we see the ladies, they went out on the beach. I am so confused when it comes to Diana Jenkins. Diana says that she didn't really get to travel, but then you also say that you don't go to the stores. Which one is it? Because it doesn't make a lot of... I'm still kind of confused on how I feel about Diana. I don't necessarily know that I like Diana, but I don't necessarily know that I dislike Diana. I just don't know how to feel about Diana. I really don't. So after that, after the breakfast, like I said, they went down on the beach. Some of the ladies got on to the, what do you call those things? Surfboards. So after that, some of the ladies split up. So we had Kyle, we had Sutton, we had Garcelle, and we had Dorit together. Then you had Renna, you had Erica, you had Crystal, and you had Diana together. And the four ladies who left, they went shopping, and they went shopping. Kyle was like, "Oh my God, you guys, I want to get you guys a gift." Garcelle was like, "Oh, I ain't paid for that yet. You can buy that." And so I was like, "I haven't paid for this, so you can buy this." And the one thing that said in one was like $5,000. I'm like, "Shit, no. I love my friends too, but shit, I ain't gonna spend no $5,000 on my friends." I don't even know if I would spend 1,000 on my friends. Maybe. Maybe my bestie. Maybe my bestie. So then we see the ladies as they went out to eat. And with both groups, so Sutton and Crystal were not in the same group with each other. So you got Erica, you got Renna, and you got Diana. They're talking to Crystal about Sutton. Now, there is one thing that Erica did say that I will have to agree with. When Erica was talking to Crystal about the night before, when Sutton kept saying that Crystal's friends had told her that Crystal is not the type of person to be friends with, or, remember they say that they've heard that Crystal is the kind of girl who, when she gets into a friend group, it's kind of like she wants to be, with the top girls, right? So I was with not Garcelle, but I was with Erica. If you're gonna call me a liar, if you're gonna say that I've done something, come with proof. Like, I think that's the one thing that I want from Crystal. And it's not even just with Sutton, it's with all the women. When it comes to Crystal, I just want Crystal to say, you know what, fuck all of y'all. Y'all ain't gonna make a fucking fool of me, and just cuss a bitch out one time. That's all you gotta do, is just cuss a motherfucker out one good time, and they'll be like, oh shit, Crystal ain't the one to fuck with, and they will leave Crystal alone. But I kind of have to say I agree with Kyle and Garcelle at the end of the episode that Crystal does play victim a lot. And then it does look like they're ganging up on her. But Garcelle, I'm sorry, Garcelle. How are you going to talk about ganging up on when you last season were just sitting there talking about the ladies not including you? I'm going to leave that one alone. But you guys tell me how you feel about it. So, now what I will say though is that when it comes to Garcelle, Kyle, and, well, Dorit really wasn't doing anything. It was more so Garcelle and Kyle. Garcelle and Kyle, they are getting Sutton all riled up. And then you got Eric and Renna getting Crystal all riled up. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, neither one of y'all dipshits realize that these women are playing y'all. I know y'all gonna be like, well, Garcelle and Sutton are good girlfriends. They are good girlfriends, but we've all said it, that Garcelle and Kyle are playing producers this season, and you can clearly see it. It's evident. It's evident. But you guys, let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So, like I said, it wasn't much that went on in this episode, and I guess that's why I don't have a lot of notes, because not a lot really, truly went on in this week's episode, because we didn't have any individual scenes. We just had group scenes throughout the entire episode. That's all we had. Now, at one point, Crystal and Erica, they got up and walked to a bar on the beach, and Erica's like, you don't need to let Sutton do this to you. You don't need to let Sutton do that to you. And Crystal in her interview was like, when it comes to Erica, I do believe that Erica, although she does have an issue with Sutton, I do think she is, genuinely being there for me. Crystal, are you that naive? Are you that delusional? Erica is not on your side. What Erica is doing is she sees a way to ease herself in, like, oh, okay, Little Miss motherfucking small town, Little Miss motherfucking small town. So since you got an issue with Little Miss motherfucking small town, since you got an issue with Sutton, and you and her are, I don't know what you want to call that, I wouldn't trust Erica as far as I could throw her. But Erica is using you. She's playing you for a fool. And that's just what she's doing. She's just manipulative, and she's manipulating you to think that you are her friend. She wants an ally, so that way if she goes against Sutton, oh, but you did this to Crystal, you did that to Crystal, you did this to Crystal, you did that to Crystal, you did this to me, remember that? That's what Erica is doing, and I don't understand how she doesn't see that. But okay. So here was the thing that threw me. Here was the other thing that was kind of like, really? So you guys remember, I just told you that the ladies keep talking about. So remember, last week, Sutton said what she said about Crystal and her friends. So now, and then Renna says she heard it. So now Kyle says she's heard it. And I'm like, so if y'all have heard all this shit about Crystal, besides the fact that her contract was renewed, first of all, y'all could have iced her out. Y'all could have said, we're not filming with Crystal because Crystal is this type of person, and I don't want that person in my circle. So she can't be that bad. She can't be that bad. Like, I don't think Crystal obviously is not that bad for y'all to actually still film with her, but y'all know all this stuff about her and her past relationships with her friends. So is Crystal really the big bad wolf, the big bad demon? I don't think so. So we see after that, we see the ladies, they sit down for dinner. And once again, I'm just confused with Diana. But with this scene, I gotta actually say that I was on Diana's side, especially when they showed that flashback, because Renna, big mouth ass Renna, gonna sit there and talk about this book that, which I actually did hear about these allegations that she was a madam until just before the season started. When I started looking at the Beverly Hills hashtag, that's when I started hearing people say that, people had accused her of being a madam. And she said, I don't want to talk about the book. We've already discussed it before. And they were like, oh, well, we forget things. So yeah, just tell us. I'm actually, again, for this moment, I'm on Miss, what is her name again, y'all? Diana. I'm on Diana Jenkins' side because she sent her, in her interview, she was talking about it. They accused her of some heinous things. And who brought her into this group? Who brought Diana to the group? Is it Renna? Or was it? No, it's not Renna. Renna didn't bring her. You guys let me know. Renna, who brought Diana? It was Crystal, right? Crystal brought her to the group. Isn't that who brought her? Who the fuck brought Diana to the group? Either way it go, Renna had already mentioned it. They had already talked about it. The thing was, Renna was in the book. And when I looked down, I'm like, wait a minute. Are those her titties that I see? They were her tits. So, like I said, I was with her. I was with Diana Jenkins. Don't know how many more times I'm going to say that I'm with Diana Jenkins. So, then they talking about the conversation that was had earlier between Crystal and between Renna and Erica, and I think also with Sutton and the other ladies. So Erica's like, well, Crystal told us, we told Crystal that, we didn't like the fact that Sutton was sitting there calling her up and liar and, saying that, her friend said this and this and that. And we just didn't like that. Erica, let's be real. If the wind blows and Sutton is right next to you, you're gonna be like, oh, little Miss Motherfucking Small Town, you're gonna make the wind blow on me? Okay, I got you. Like, that's what Erica's gonna do. Little Miss Motherfucking Small Town. So, Sutton can't do anything right when it comes to Erica. So, Renna and Erica both got on my nerves. And at one point, I know in the episode, that they called Kyle and they were telling Kyle that Crystal was crying, and this just goes to the point that I made a few minutes ago, that when it comes down to Erica's only looking for an ally to be against Sutton, because when Kyle asked them what was she crying about, both Renna and Erica said that they did not remember. But y'all really, that's why I say they're gassing them both up. And it's quite annoying. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of Sutton. Speaking of Sutton, you guys, so did you guys see that Sutton's daughter's former friend came out this week and said that Sutton, and this is alleged, I don't know this to be true, but Sutton allegedly has said some racist things to this young Asian girl. And I know that girl has had to make her social media private because of some of you ignorant ass adults. I ain't never saw y'all attack kids. Speaking of which, I saw somebody who made the most disgusting post about Renna. You guys know how I feel about. You know, guys know I like Renna when she's acting on Days of Our Lives and stuff. That's how long I've known about Renna. But you guys also know that I'm not shy to call Renna out on her shit. But somebody really went and tweeted last week that Lisa Rinna is disgusting because her mother died and she decided to go on this cash trip, anything for money. I was like, that is so disgusting because her mom died. She's supposed to just wither up in a ball and be an emotional wreck. Like if your mother is still alive, count your blessings. Because with me, when my mom died, I didn't want to be by myself. That was the last thing that I wanted to do, was be alone. So I got my run on that trip. So yeah, some of y'all are just nasty. So Sutton and Crystal, they talk. And Sutton does apologize for the conversation the night before. But now, Crystal, the way that Sutton was talking to you, she was sunning you. She was talking to you like you were one of her kids. And I would have told Sutton, don't talk to me like that. Like, I don't know who you think I am. I will apologize and say that, you know, what happened, I apologize about that. And it won't happen, you know, it won't happen again. You need to say it won't happen again. You need to say it won't happen again. Oh, girl, who the fuck you talking to? Then Diana chimed in because somehow it came up that when Sutton said, well, you know, I like her, but I hate her. It's something, it was something with the word hate in it. And Sutton said she didn't say it, but producers rolled the footage back. She said it. She went off on Diana. Diana and her was talking. Then Sutton got up and went to the bathroom. It was the Karens versus the Karens. Literally, it was just Karens versus Karens. That's all it was a bunch of Karens. But that's pretty much it. Diana started crying. Sutton's in the bathroom crying. Crystal's crying. It's like, damn, a bunch of Karens out trying to out Karen one another. Isn't that funny? So that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.